Hello and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
Jordan's King Abdullah met with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Amman yesterday to discuss the relocation of the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Abbas said that the stated intention of American President Donald Trump to move the embassy, quote, is an important matter for the king and an important matter for us. There will be no alternative to coordinating and articulating action points with one another to fight any steps that, if acted upon, would have severe ramifications, end quote. The two heads of state emphasized the importance of coordination with the Trump administration and United States Congress. The Republican-dominated Congress has already introduced a bill that would move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, which is likely to pass as Republicans control both the Senate and House of Representatives. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's prepared to give the Palestinians a, quote, state minus, end quote. But what that means is up for interpretation. Speaking to his cabinet ministers yesterday, the Prime Minister said that what he's willing to give the Palestinians is not exactly a state with full authority, rather a state minus. This is why the Palestinians do not agree, he told the ministers. Netanyahu has previously said that he would be in favor of a demilitarized Palestinian state if the Palestinians declare Israel as a Jewish state. Palestinian official Mustafa Barghouti criticized Netanyahu's remarks, telling the Palestine News Network that Netanyahu's plan is like the Bantustans area set up by apartheid South Africa in order to concentrate members of ethnic groups into self-governing nation-states within the country. Barghouti said Palestinians demand a country with full sovereignty and borders and not be forced to live under, quote, an apartheid state that continues the occupation, end quote. A Palestinian convicted in the 2015 drive-by shooting death of an Israeli in the West Bank was sentenced by a military court yesterday to life in prison plus 30 years for the attack. 25-year-old Malachi Rosenfeld was fatally wounded in the attack near the West Bank settlement of Shiloh on June 30, 2015. 3 other Israelis sustained moderate injuries in the incident. Abdullah was given life for the death of Rosenfeld and the additional 30 years for the 3 injured. He was also ordered to pay 250,000 shekels in restitution to Rosenfeld's family and an additional 25,000 shekels to each of the Israelis wounded in the attack. Ishak, who was part of a Hamas terror cell based in the West Bank, was arrested a month after the attack. The members of the cell confessed to carrying out other shooting attacks against Israeli targets that ended without casualties, including firing at an ambulance. A small but talking robot companion has been launched to help elderly people who feel lonely. The robot, named Elli.Q, uses artificial intelligence to understand its owner's likes and dislikes, and helps those less confident with technology to play games online, use social media, and video chat. Publicized as one of the most advanced companion robots in the world, Elli.Q was recently launched by Intuition Robotics at the Design Museum in London. Elli.Q uses natural communication like speech interface, body language, sounds, lights, and pictures to express herself, and keeps her companion entertained, engaged, and involved to combat loneliness. It can offer suggestions like reading a book together, playing games, going for a walk, or calling friends and family. Eventually, Elli.Q learns her owner's interests and modifies her suggestions and responses to fit. Elli.Q isn't the only Israeli invention changing people's lives, and with about 5,000 startups operating across the country, it's no wonder the Jewish state has been nicknamed the Startup Nation. Some 1,500 of those startups are in Tel Aviv alone, or 1 startup for every 300 residents of the city, the highest ratio in the world. Every day, Israeli companies are introducing technologies to improve day-to-day life, and 16 of these innovators were in Las Vegas earlier this month at the Consumer Electronics Show, one of the world's premier technology trade shows. Some of the new ideas introduced include a wearable device called the Upright that makes you sit up straight, an app that instantly translates whatever you say into the language of whomever you're speaking to and vice versa called the Lexiphone, a product called the Green.IQ Smart Garden Hub, which adapts your sprinkler system to the weather forecast, the Bird, which is a wearable device for your finger that turns all surfaces into a smart screen, and Sensibo, a phone app that controls home air conditioners, reducing energy usage by up to 40%, and these are just some of the products that went on display.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.